Good afternoon and welcome to the World of Art. Yes, you're at World of Art. Well, your regular anchor Miriam is not around, so I'll be deputizing her on the program today. My name is Andrew Adebayo. Well, remember, World of Art is sponsored by Dr. Prince Yemisi Shillon, a legal practitioner, Africa's largest private arts collector, grand donor and chairman, Council of Yemisi Shillon Museum of Art. Before we begin the program, let's go on this short break and we'll be right back. The world as we see it is a world of art. Our life, regardless of how we live it, everything we do or do not do is work of art. And today on the program, being joined by Dr. Peacemaker Alexandra Abeokuta. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Dr. Peacemaker Alexander Ogene is a painter, artist.
Artist, yes. Fabric collage artist.
If you're wondering what collage fabric artist means, stay hang around. You know, this program is about educating you about the happenings in the world of art. And if you're wondering what base their art, acrylic-based painting, but in your own case, you seems to combine the three. You are like a total package, you know. So why is this?
Thank you very much. Art is art to do with creativity. Art is the art of rendition of an idea or thought, imagination in chosen medium or media. So right from childhood, I have learned the art of drawing, trying to represent my thoughts, imaginations, observations in drawings. So over time, as I pass through school, primary school, secondary school, I have impact from my teachers who has taught me about drawing, coloring in media. So I fell in love with painting. So I was exposed to watercolor, which is water-based, acrylic, after then oil, medium, the gloss, even enamel, anything that has to do with color, crayons, and then I was exposed in a more advanced, into a more advanced method of expressing self using paints. So my art in various painting media, that is in the watercolor, acrylic color, which is water. So I found myself doing so much.
Okay, doctor, what is the difference between these three forms of art, the watercolor, the oil-based, and the acrylic? What differentiates them?
Watercolor and oil, we have several miscible agents, like water.
Okay.
It's a miscible agent. Easily miscible with watercolor, poster color, acrylic color, emulsion, name it. So all those are water-based. But when we say the oil-based are miscible with sun and all those chemicals that we use in mixing oil. So if you are in the oil media, you paint with oil color, it means that you will be exposed to the use of the solvents which I've just mentioned now. So that's just what it is in paint. Though we have some also in bars, like the pastel. We have the chalk pastel, we have the oil pastel, and then we have the crayon. All those are the dry media. And then color pencil, markers. So we have wet media, the dry media, and the oil media in painting.
Oh, okay. Most artists I have engaged in conversation believes art is a calling. Are you of this opinion? Do you subscribe to this school of thought that art is a calling?
Yes, at a point, at the initial stage, when I was still a young boy, a budding artist, till the time of my admission into the higher institution, I come to believe in the school of thought that art is a calling that God has gifted you from heaven. But over time, due to practice, and then I came to realize that art, though, is a calling in the sense that so they will see it as what? Calling. Sorry. And they do everything about it, they earn a living. Why I disagree at a point with myself, the Almighty Creator Himself, that is the Almighty Artist, the Eternal Artist. I saw something about Him. When He was creating the whole world, He never had any audience to watch His own exhibitions. That is, now, if you imagine you put on an artwork, an art show, and nobody came, you are just the only one who can view. So, to me, every child born into this planet Earth is an artist. Why? Leave a child in a room that has walls, and you give the child some colors, either crayon bar or marker. Just leave the child there, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 2 years. You will know that God has gifted the child as an artist. Unschooled, yet the child will design your wall, especially when you have white clothing, and you give the child a marker and you leave the child 9 months, 6 months, 7 months, you will see the design. You will see everything that child will do.
Oh, okay, Doctor, let's move that out. We'll go on this quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue the discussion. See you on the other side. Welcome back. We still have Dr. Peacemaker Alexandra Ifeogene with us still in the studio, and we're talking about art, and this is the program World of Art. You can be part of this program by calling the number on your TV screen. So, Doctor, why did you choose art?
Well, did I choose art or art chose me?
Okay.
Well, I didn't choose art because at the initial stage of my life, I just saw myself creating pictures drawings, and got motivated by my mother, then later by my art teacher. So I just found myself doing it. It's a passion I love from my childhood.
So how long have you been an artist?
I've been an artist since, childhood. I said from like 4 years old.
4 years old?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so you started off as a painter, up until when, so, but your recent focus now is on the fabric collage form of art. Can you explain what fabric collage form of art is?
Okay, thank you very much. Well, in my art practice, I evolved over time. As I said, I started by drawing,
okay,
and then painting with all sorts of medium, crayon and so on and so forth. But at the higher institution, I got exposed to a more advanced way of expressing myself in painting and then in mixed media. So now, what formed this art of mine, this philosophy of mine in fabric collage, started with the background of being a painter.
Okay.
First of all, expressing self in various media in painting, which I got this art form when I was after graduation. That was in 1998 in a primary school where I was teaching some kids about how they can do art using fabric. So I left the school. After some time, I didn't do anything about it. I went back to my oil and my acrylic. Not until 2004 I remembered that, wow, I left, and then I started fabric art in 2004.
Large form of art in 2004. So what does it entail?
Well, it's a very, very interesting media. It entails the use of fabric. Mainly fabric, to do painting. That means it takes fabric, scissors, and glue. And they cut into pieces and shapes. Suitable shapes, then glued on a canvas or any surface. And you know, collage means it's a French word from colla, C-O-L-L-A. Colla, at times they say C-O-L-L-E. So colla means to paste or to glue or to gum an object or a substance. So the word was from that collage. So collage, my artwork is the ability or the activity to paint using mainly fabric.
Okay, so what is the acceptance like since you began this form of art?
Well, I was not really looking at the acceptance because that was at the undergraduate level, where I advanced it at the MFA level, the Unibank. So I came into the class and I was told that right here you experiment, and you need to bring something new on the table. It's not the oil and all those. If you must bring oil and paint and all those things, you must do it in a new style. So I now thought of introducing the it in my painting. It wasn't that it wasn't done. It has been before I brought it, but I wanted a new form of art. Before is the use of Adire, Ankara, mixed with plain fabric, but at the PhD level, has been eradicated completely. No lace, no organza, no textile design with plain fabrics. So if I tend to represent it in impressionistic style, at times it looks as if it was done with a knife and a vigorous use of brush strokes.
So you've been all your works that we've been seeing are all collage.
Yes, like this work now, you see,
okay,
everything is mainly fabric. Everything here is mainly fabric and on altar. So if I would define my style is the activity doing painting of fabric. And how did you colored, unstained? It means ordinarily from the market store. It means that you have the shades of your green, the shades of blue, the shades of yellow, the shades of brown. You must get it, the next color, at least 4 to 5 to 6 shades of this. You must have it to be able to tone, to show your tones and to show your blend and to show light, dark, and middle tone shades in painting.
Okay.
So using just cutting and pasting method on a given surface.
Okay, also you also say you are an experimental artist. So are you saying this collage is as a result of your experimenting arts?
Yes, I call it experimenting art because it's a research art. And what do I mean? It means that attempt to answer questions that what other ways, technique, other form can we use in expressing painting. So I came up with the idea of fabric. I never knew it has been in existence. I never knew until I began to read, and I found out that over time, since the 70s, fabric has been introduced into painting by some artists then in the textile design form then. So fabric to me is an experiment, because are there other ways, saying that are there other ways I can express myself aside from the brush and paint. If you look at paintings here now, you can see, looking at it from afar.
Directly behind you.
Yes.
Is this also?
Everything there is mainly fabric, but now it's different. That image, what is sculpture, is like in it now. You must understand. The viewers must understand this. I render my fabric art on two-dimensional ground, canvas, flat wall. But now, at the PhD level, I have to move ahead. It evolved that how possible it is to render fabric collage on 3D object, like a sculptural work, either woodwork, either metal work, either plastic work. So what you see here is as a result of fabric laid on a sculptural, on a relief sculpture. I found it in a buried somewhere around in the ground there. The students left it and they went and they never saw him, and then I took it. And then I told my professor, I saw this, I would like to collage on it. He said, well, do it. So now this is the first time I am collaging on a three-dimensional object aside from the fabric, which is the two-dimensional ground. So I find it so fascinating that looking at it again, if you look at it again, the viewers looking at it now, you will look at it, and that means the work be behind me here. You will look at it that fabric laid on sculptural piece.
So looking at.
So, and then it means that I have moved it to the point of collaging on 3D objects. That is the success behind it.
How expensive is this your painting?
Do you mean?
So, okay, we have this on Facebook, Shola from Lagos. How expensive is your painting? That is a question from our viewers.
Well, you want to say how expensive my paintings? They are very expensive.
Okay.
Very expensive.
Shadi from Abuja is also asking that how long does it take you to finish your painting?
It depends on the size. It can take a day, and it takes hours. It can take days, depending on the size and the concept.
Like this 2D painting, how long?
3D. This one is
how long does it take you to?
This one can take probably 2 to 3 days, because of the details of the curves and the contour. It is a 3D now, so you have to work patiently and cut fabric.
Someone is asking, what is your medium of expression in art?
My medium expression in art, as I said, over time I use oil, paint, and paint media, but now I use the fabric collage technique on canvas and on 3D. Okay,
before we let you go, Doctor, what is your message for artists and the sponsor of this program, Prince Yemisi Shilon?
Oh, Prince Yemisi Shilon is a living sage, a living legend that I do appreciate so much that the last time I met him, I told him that I was a rusty gold, but the time I met him, I became a polished gold. And what do I mean? Art is not about doing artwork to sell. Art is about impacting humanity, impacting the society, especially the young ones. It's not just to sell. Our art should touch the last child in the primary school, in the secondary school. That's why many could not buy art today, because the child has not been taught about art from the primary school. That's why I say people are not buying artworks, people don't appreciate art. Why? The person that must appreciate art must have been taught and be exposed to art right from the onset, the primary school, and then upward.
So, Doctor, your parting shot on the program for today?
My parting shot is that in every area we find ourselves, especially in the creative area, we should do all we can to impact. That means selfless impartation to the generation we are, the next generation, so that whatever we do, let us impart it. Don't let us die with it. There are so many out there that have to manifest, and they will do greater things than we do. That is what my philosophy is. So let us adopt it. Whatever you have learned to do, impact it into others so that they can do greater things, greater creative things.
Thank you, Dr. Peacemaker.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. And you heard it all from Dr. Peacemaker, Alexandra Abeokuta on the program today. Try to impact your world, impact your world. And remember, this program is sponsored by Prince Yemisi Shidion, a legal practitioner, Africa's largest private art collector, grand donor and chairman of Council, Yemisi Shidion Museum of Art. And this is where we'll be drawing the curtain on the program today. My name is Andrew Adebayo. Next week is another date. Let's make it a date. Thank you for watching. But remember, in everything you do, try to impact your environment. See you next time.